Hey everybody, welcome to Passing Time with Will and Dan, the show where, I don't know, you listen, I guess?
Yep.
Whenever we actually have an episode.
Yeah.
Sorry everybody. This last week, we didn't have an episode. Sorry about that. And then 2 weeks before that, we didn't have an episode. Well, okay, so the first time that was Will, he wasn't feeling well, which, I mean, granted, you work like so many hours a week.
Yeah, it was just a little burned out.
Yeah, and this last week, I actually, kind of on a last-second choice, decided to go to Atlanta. But it wasn't like...
Spontaneous vacation to Hotlanta.
No, yeah, it was I was actually going to... say goodbye to my sister. She's now in Africa for 10 months. So yeah, I wanted to say bye. She was actually here in the States for like 2 months, and she was almost gone for about 10 months the last time she was gone. So and I only got to see her once, and that was the 4th of July weekend with the, hey, can you throw these fireworks away? But yeah, so I was like, I feel like I should, go and say goodbye. Somebody actually asked, Jacob asked on YouTube, like, what does my sister do in Africa? Which I
She's
thought was
a pirate.
Well, what was weird, I had forgotten that I had like even mentioned that a couple episodes ago, and I was like, how do you know? And then I like listened, and I was like, oh yeah, right,
oh, yeah,
okay.
I talked about it.
I was like, you creepo. But no, she's actually a nurse on what's called Mercy Ships. They go and basically help. It's all volunteer based, so she's great, and I, living in the shadow of her. Never mind. But yeah, we ended up, saying goodbye to her. What was just so great is that my brother, who also lives in Atlanta, so her plane flight was out of Atlanta that weekend, and so this was the second time around of like having to say goodbye for like almost a year. Yeah. And so I was like, I got that. I know that she'll be, mostly fine and mostly safe. Right. Like, I feel like pirates in Africa aren't really that prominent. And so, I mean, she is on a ship, so it's like...
Oh, I was kind of joking. I didn't even know about the ship part. Oh, man.
Yeah. So it is... she is a pirate in a sense of a word. Yeah, and so I was like, oh, I'll be fine. We're literally like saying goodbye. We're like giving her hugs, saying goodbye, and I was like, okay, I'm cool. And then like the second we were at the airport and we were like right at the edge of the security checkpoint, and just like seeing her walk away, I was like, ah, God, and I was a fountain of tears. And then my brother, who was also like crying a little bit, he was like, Dan, when I leave.
I want the same reaction.
Well, no. He's like, when I say goodbye, tonight or today, are you also gonna cry? And I was like, no,
no,
you don't get it. If you ask for it, you don't get it. But yeah, it was sad, but she's she's doing good so far. So, nice. I will say though, something that happened that weekend, which I did not expect. Okay, so for those who don't know, my parents' dog, his name is Buster. He's literally 16 years old.
Ooh, old man.
He's it's particularly he's a Yorkshire Terrier. He can't see very well. He can't hear. When he walks into things, and it's just so sad to see him now, after being away from home for so long. But they didn't bring him on the trip, and so I asked my mom just during the weekend. I was like, "Hey, how's Buster? Is he doing okay?" And for those curious, Yorkshire Terriers, I mean, just for dogs, that's old. Yeah. But like Yorkies typically live like 13 to 16. Yeah. Like that's the average. And so like, he should not be alive, I guess. And so I asked, how's he doing? She goes, oh, we didn't tell you.
Oh, no.
And then I said, and then like my heart sank. And this was before I had to say goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, oh, God. And then she's like, oh, I'm just kidding. He's fine.
Damn, mom is a savage.
Yeah, like, of all the people in the world that I would expect.
You don't expect your mom to do the old...
Your
childhood dog died.
Oh, God. And it's just like, oh, come on. And what was so, like... I don't know if I told this story. Whenever we were in Jacksonville for 4th of July, we had family friends over at one point, and we're all kind of like we're all at the point where we're kind of like basically in a circle, just talking, right. And like they're about to leave, but like Buster is kind of like in the middle of the circle, just like he can't see and he can't really hear real well, and so like he's just kind of wandering in the circle, like running into people and stuff, And my sister goes, well, he also has like this kind of like this Elvis leg, where like one of his legs he just kind of drags it around, and my sister goes, well, guys, you may want to say goodbye to Buster because the next time you see him, he might not be here. And so like just having that, and then having my mom, like the least likely person to pull shit.
Make a dead dog joke.
God. Because I've asked her, I've been like, Mom, like, there's going to be a time, when Buster, and she's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like,
maybe that's how she's coming to terms with it through comedy.
Because, like I was like, are y'all going to think about getting a new dog? Oh, don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
So, yeah, it's just one of those things. And it just, I'm having
Buster.
Poor Buster. I'm having some psychological trauma over that, and it's. I will say though, this trip in Atlanta, I think after like I know in my mind that I have to say no more of this, but no more hot dogs for me.
Ever?
I don't know, man.
Cold turkey.
I think so. I mean, not that like I'm, the hot dog eating champion of the world or something.
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut.
You put some respect on his name.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Joey. But yeah, like I'm not. God, it's I had so like 2 months ago. I won't go into much detail really, but I got what's. I have now known since to be like what are called like sulfur burps, if that makes sense.
Never.
So like it was something weird. I had like eaten them, and then like literally like an hour later, it was just here at home, just me myself. Bought hot dogs at the store. Was like I got a hankering for the dogs, yo. It's funny that I'm just now realizing that there's 2 different kinds of dogs in this deal. But. I had it, but like I had sulfur burps, which for those who don't know, which I had no idea what could be a thing, is that like your stomach isn't like feeling right, but instead of being like, oh, I gotta go to the toilet,
it comes up the other.
It comes up, but it's no, it's not like it.
Yeah, I know.
Tastes like shit because that would be. Everybody would know about that.
Yeah.
But it like. Oh God, this is just so gross. It just proves to me why I need to change my dietary choices. But it literally like smells like eggs. Like it's like gross. It's like I didn't have eggs. It's just like whatever's like in my stomach. It was just disgusting. Well, and I wouldn't even wish.
I do not recommend.
0 out of 10 would not do again. But I ended up doing again because
I kept eating those hot dogs, man.
Well, no. What was weird is that like whenever I was in Jacksonville for 4th of July, we did have hot dogs, and I was real worried that the same thing would happen, but it didn't. And so my brain was like, reasoning suspects that like this shouldn't be a thing. And so I was like, okay, I guess it was just one weird thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It must have been a quote unquote bad batch of hot dogs.
Bad batch.
A bad batch of hot dogs, which doesn't make sense because I'm pretty sure that they do cook it, right? I think. I don't know.
I mean, how are you eating the hot dogs? Were you just eating raw?
No. Oh God, no.
Loose wieners out of a pack.
Oh, Will's microphone fell over.
It took a tumble.
No, I didn't eat the hot dogs raw.
I didn't know if you were craving them that bad.
No. God, no. I have like a George Foreman grill. I put them on there. Yeah. I used to be a boily boy. Used to boil my hot dogs, but now that I have, can simulate a quote unquote grill or whatever. Well, I mean, because you're the meat man. Yeah. Do they cook it before they?
Most of them are fully cooked.
Okay.
But nobody wants to eat a cold wiener.
Oh yeah, sure. And I didn't. I promise. Oh. And so I ended up. So and then the Jacksonville thing happened like maybe a month later. 4th of July, had them, they were fine. So I went to Atlanta and they're like, it was literally the night before we left. My sister had already left from the airport. Okay. It was literally the only reason why I didn't leave after that was because it was so late and I don't like to drive in the dark. Yep. And so both me and my parents were going to leave the next morning. I mean, them in a separate car because they're, yeah. And so they were like, hey, we're going to make hamburgers and hot dogs. I'm like, great. I literally had one of each. And I was like, I should be fine. As I'm eating it, it was like the same kind of like feeling as I had from the original. Yeah. Which was, it wasn't the stomach thing. It was just like this doesn't taste right. Or like this kind of seems familiar. Yeah. I'm like, oh God, I can't just like take one bite and be like, nah. Because I'm at my aunt's house and fucking whatever. And so I eat the dang thing, and literally like a half hour later, my stomach's still doing the jumpy boy dance. And I'm like, oh shit. And then the sulfur thing started happening again. And I was like, oh God damn it. I was like, okay. And then like literally that whole night, not to be graphic, but just constant toilets. When I didn't feel like I was gonna go out one side, it felt like it was gonna go down the other. And yeah, it was just the worst. I somehow still got a good like amount of sleep. like I seriously woke up like a half dozen times, and I was worried that like I wasn't gonna sleep well, like the quality of sleep was gonna, and then I was gonna feel like shit, and then have to drive 6 hours. Yeah. And but luckily I didn't feel like shit. Well, like at least like exhausted wise. Right. Like the next morning, still feeling like also shit. Yep. I was shitting. Sorry, everybody. I know you wanted to hear about my shitting when you turn on the podcast today. Anyway, so like, and I had to leave, and because it was Monday, and I was like, not that I don't enjoy the company of my aunt and my uncle, yep. But I just kind of, I don't want to hang out around. I literally, and part of me thinks that this was maybe what it was and not the hot dog. I had learned on the way to Atlanta earlier that weekend that my parents were going to get there like an hour before I did. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, like I don't want to kind of hang out at the house just like, because it's kind of awkward. Like I don't spend that much time with just them. Like I don't think I've ever spent just time with them. You know what I mean? And so I literally went to Crystal.
Just hung out.
Just literally just like hung out for a bit, like 40 minutes, and never had done that before. Never just like on a road trip.
Just take a casual break.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stretch my arms. Gonna sit at this.
Damn, booth. I thought you'd be here by now. Oh well, I had take a little break at the Crystal Burger for 45 minutes.
Yeah, God, yeah, it was. So part of me thinks like maybe that was it, but like I didn't. Yeah. I wasn't feeling bad at all until like 30 minutes after the hot dog. So, yeah, it was just not good. And so I was like, because my aunt and uncle that morning, Sunday morning when I was supposed to leave, they were like, well, if you want, you can, stay here and, you can stay as long as you need to feel better. And I was like, no, actually, I'm feeling better. I think I should be fine, which I didn't. I felt like a volcano eruption was capable at any second, which, like, whenever you have to drive for that long and you have that feeling, it just, like, you can't zone out like you normally would. Like, like highway hypnosis where, like, you literally don't.
No, you can't just put on a podcast and just enjoy the road.
Yeah, because, like, I tried, like, I mean, granted, I did listen to, like, several episodes of Conan Needs a Friend, but, like, I was just like, I can't, like, I had to stop, and it was just literally, like, the worst drive. Yeah. And sorry everybody for all that, but it's just giving you a warning.
Beware the dog.
Hot dogs. I don't know if it's just the way that my stomach now reacts. It's like, Dan, you need to get your shit together. Literally, don't put your hot dogs.
Man. There's got to be some common occurrence between all the. Yeah, because you had a bad hot dog day, good hot dog day,
and then bad hot dog day. Yeah. Maybe it's the brand. Maybe it's the. Let's put these Oscar Mayers on blast.
Which one makes Dan have to go potty? Out his mouth.
God, oh man, yeah, it was bad. Like I seriously, the first time the sulfur, quote unquote sulfur burps happened, I literally had to, like, look up on WebMD and be like, what the hell is happening to my body?
Why are my hot dog burps so nasty? Tell me, internet.
Oh God, yeah, and it was real bad. But you know what?
I don't think I've ever had anything like that.
Yeah, it was weird.
And, like, I put high octane garbage in this rundown raggedy ass body I got.
I'm worried that it's like another
maybe
addition.
It's like a superpower.
God.
And then, like, you'll have.
Do you want bad breath? Bad breath, man. God, yeah, it was real bad, and I don't know if it's another thing to add to the Dan's Old Now segment of the podcast, but yeah, like, my tastes are changing. I can't fucking eat Sour Patch Kids anymore.
Sour Patch Kids, no
can't
more
eat hot dogs.
All the greatest foods in the world.
Well, hey, I did have pizza last night, and we're good on pizza. Until
Hallelujah.
that day. God.
Could you imagine?
I mean, also as an Italian boy, I feel like my body would be disgraced. But yeah, it's that's a new sulfur burps are a thing that I wasn't aware of.
I didn't ever want to be aware of.
Yeah, apparently it's like something to do with your stomach or like your digestion.
It's
like
just bad insides.
God, yeah. I really just need to eat a fucking salad every once in a while.
Not worth it. Nope, not gonna happen.
You'd rather have sulfur burps?
Yeah.
Than eat a salad?
I'd throw up if I ate a salad.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's too much nasty. Nope, I don't like any kind.
I enjoy a good Caesar every once in a while, but like in any normal, like any other salad though, it's like I can't, like, they'll be like, this has got a berry vinaigrette. I was like,
no thanks.
Fuck this.
Nope.
Especially if they like put like fruit in it. They're like, this one's got strawberries in it. I'm like, no.
Thank you.
This one's got tangerine. It's an Asian salad. I was like, there are no Asians eating this salad. Can I substitute this
for more French fries, please?
There are no Asians eating this salad.
No. It is exclusively white people eating that.
No matter how many mandarin oranges you put in there, it's not good. Yeah. So we got time, I guess, for one question.
One question's good.
Sorry, everybody. This one's from Stephen V off of YouTube. Thank you, Stephen V. Silver member. Yeah. I feel like he's getting like mid-range silver, getting close up to the top. He says, "Is there a place or activity that you refuse to do alone, like going to the movies?" I have a few off the top of my head. Will, whenever.
What do I not?
So you
I do most things alone.
Yeah. So this was a few things that I had thought about.
Okay, hit them.
That like I can't do by myself just because it's too weird.
Right.
Riding a seesaw is
that's just no good for me in general. I don't like hurting my friends. And
wait, why? Do you have
seesaws
stories?
with fat people become catapults?
Oh, come on.
I mean, I don't feel like they make seesaws for big boys. It's just little boys.
Why not? Why don't they have them for adults?
Because, you got to build them sturdier. We
got to add more bolts to them.
Yeah. And bigger boys on there, not Leo boys.
I think riding a tandem bike wouldn't be as fun. Which is also something that, like...
I'm not going to do that regardless.
There's nobody in my life. I don't think I've ever ridden a tandem bike.
I trust no one in this world to ride a tandem bike with.
Even like, I don't know, your family.
I don't trust like a clone of myself because we'd fuck it up somehow. And then we got scraped knees. And I don't want scraped knees.
Can we call this episode Tandem Clones?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I think, riding a tandem bike, singing a duet. I mean, you could record your own voice singing with yourself, but it's a little uncomfortable to do that.
Yes.
And also, I think most importantly, making this podcast by myself. While I feel like most of it is just me talking
about your hot dog burps.
Talking about yeah, because God, I told Will this I think multiple times that like if you weren't here, Will, I wouldn't do it, like because I don't know, like
thanks.
I have started so many things, but and then just be like, fuck it.
Well, I know what you mean. You gotta now. It's like, I got to do it because I don't, Yeah.
Yeah. It's God. I don't know. As far as like realistic things to do by myself, I've actually learned how to like go to the movies.
Oh yeah.
By myself. Like
I enjoy going to movies by myself.
It was weird. Like the first time, it definitely like I don't know why. Like you shouldn't feel.
I don't
shame.
ever plan. Like it's like, this movie's coming out, I'm gonna go see it, opening day by myself or something.
Oh,
it's
yeah, sure.
If it's like, I don't have anything to do today, I'm kind of bored.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's still playing. Let me go see that. And blah 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 blah.
Yeah, what was it recently? It was Isle of Dogs because not to bring up dogs for the third time this episode, but yeah. Like that was the last movie that I saw by myself, and it was because nobody else. Yeah. Not that nobody else wanted to go see it, but I was like, hey, like like when you put some feelers out there, and you're like, hey, and then they're like, nah. you have done that though sometimes. Like I'll be like, hey.
I was like, no.
But yeah. Which I mean, okay, like some people might be like. Oh no, you should go even if you don't.
Nope, I don't do basically anything I don't want to do.
Which is the thing that I love about you because like you don't like give a shit. Like you're if you genuinely don't want to do it, you'll just be like, nah.
I live my life like that. God, I don't have children. I'm not married.
I just wish more people would be like that. Like, God. Just to be like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
I
hit people a lot with the nah, I'm good.
Like I feel like now that I'm in my 30s, I feel like I've definitely been way more open.
Oh yeah.
With like, I don't give a shit what you think about me. Like it definitely with strangers now.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like I feel like an old person who just doesn't give a shit anymore, and I'm just like nah, I don't fucking care what you think about me.
I've fully embraced being an old man.
And it's just,
at 25 years old.
Yeah, you're 5. It's taken me 5 more years than you to get to that point.
to get to the fucking I don't care.
But like to do that to like friends or whatever, like we recently and by we I mean like I don't know, like our general group of friends, like we've been like invited to something, and I was kind of like, yeah, I think I can, and then I was eventually like the day of texting, be like, hey, sorry, I can't. There's there's no better feeling
than canceling plans. Oh yeah.
God, yeah, like I'm sure when you were like, hey, I can't record today, I'm sure you felt like great to just be like, oh, no.
Because I immediately just went to bed.
Just immediately go to bed. But like I feel like I've yet to get to that stage with friends where like I wish I could have just been like, nah. I don't want to do that. Sorry, like not to be rude, but just that's not my jam.
Right. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't even say it. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just like, I just don't want to do it.
Nah. Yeah, like I wish I could get to that place. You need, I mean, even though you are 5 years younger than me, you need to like shepherd me to just be like, don't give a fuck. Like even if it's people who you care about, just be like, nah.
Yeah, I'm due. I gotta live my best life.
God.
Cancel all these plans.
And I salute you for it. I know that's weird to say, and but like, God, I just wish I had that part. Yep. Which I definitely feel like I definitely will, and I'll just be like, nah, fuck, no.
I don't like obligation.
And then they'll just, oh God.
Like no.
God, one of the things. I know this is a weird pull reference, but like I think it was like Michael Keaton was like on some talk show, and he's like, yeah, I've gotten to the point where like I can't, and he said like the day will come, like you can't just be like, yeah, sure, like thinking it's like a mile down the road, but like it's eventually you're gonna have to do that fucking shit thing that you don't want to do. So God, yeah, I just don't. I'll get there at some point, but and then eventually, like it I feel like it's one of those things where like it'll happen a couple of times, and then like people might be like, oh, Dan fucking said he didn't want to go to our.
Eventually, people will stop asking you to do things.
Well, that's the thing though.
It is. It is a path you have to.
I'm just hoping that people will still invite me to things, but know that they might still get that response. Because I still invite you to like movies or whatever. Because I never know what you'll want to see or not want to see.
And sometimes it's not even like wanting to see it. It's just like,
yeah.
I know I have to work that day. It's good. But it does take especially for the movies and stuff now.
Yeah.
Like I really just don't like going to see movies in theaters anymore.
Well, yeah. I feel like if I do,
it's got to be.
Like, I mean, I'm not a sociopath. Okay, hold on. I'm not calling you a sociopath. I'm saying that, like, I understand the value in going with friends to go see a movie, because then you can, like, talk to them about it and be like, dude, that was crazy. Like, that happened with me, Roland, and Lindsay. We went and saw Far From Home. Yeah. And like Roland had already seen it, but he was like, dude, I really enjoyed it. I don't care. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did we invite you to that?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The answer was no.
And it was probably because like that thing of like, he won't want to fucking come.
Probably not. I do want to see Far From Home, but not bad enough to go see it in theaters.
Yeah. So. But yeah, like that to me, that aspect of it is like the only reason like why I feel like you go to the movies with other people. Yeah. Whereas, like, if you go by yourself, you can literally sit wherever you want. Yep. You can, I don't know, whatever. But, I've definitely started to enjoy going by myself.
Especially because the times I want to go by myself, it's like a Tuesday, like before 12 o'clock, before lunch or something.
Yeah. It's like some weird ass time, and like most
no one's
people.
In there.
Yeah. Nobody's in there. I did end up going to see. Oh God, what was it? It was something. Oh! This was great. I don't think I mentioned this on the podcast. I went and saw Captain Marvel. Yeah. By myself because nobody. Lindsay ended up going by herself later because she hadn't seen all the Marvel movies, and she wanted to see it eventually as it was in theaters to help support women, and it was the first women Marvel movie. Sorry. Anyway, but like, I went and saw it, but it happened to be when like all the retirement home people came.
Oh yeah. Oh, they bust them in.
Yeah. They must have been. And what's great is that there's that scene where the she's on the bus. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Where she's on the bus.
That old lady.
So it's just me and like literally like 100 old people.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I just was kind of like looking around, like looking at their faces. Because of course they didn't fucking understand. Like,
no clue
why
what was
is she
going on.
beating the shit out of this old lady? It was what, and I think
I would have looked at it and be like, "That's gonna be you." Shut up! Don't talk during the movie.
And I think that's like one of the top reasons why I now enjoy going it by myself.
Yeah.
For just little moments like that.
Yeah.
When you get to go with a bunch of old people. And I mean, this is Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Oh, that's great.
So that's going to be it for us this week. Thanks for sending in your questions. We'll get to more questions next week. Sorry, I just had to tell my woes. Yes. I had to do a mini PSA for Sulfer Burps.
So if you got bad burps, now you know why.
Eat a fucking salad every once in a while.
Yes.
But yeah, if you want to add to the questions, do that with passingtimecast@gmail.com. Or if you're like, oh, that's for old people, like those people in the movie theater, getting beat up.
If you don't want Captain Marvel to beat you up, just comment down below.
Just comment down below on YouTube. Or if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, you can also tweet #PassingTimecast. Yeah, we've gotten some questions recently, but especially on YouTube, but not so much via Gmail recently. So
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't do email like ever. I don't ever send anyone.
I don't think I've ever like enjoyed having emails sent to me. It's definitely not physical mail. Like I enjoy if I get like a friggin' handwritten letter from Thomas, because most likely it's from our friend Thomas.
That'd be about the only person I know of,
literally on the planet, who will send me a letter. I enjoy that, but like emails are shit. So don't send us email. No, just do whatever you want. Like really. And if you liked our theme song, I've Been Seeing Things by They Might Be Giants. Go check them out. We have merch, spreadshirt.
I forgot.
Yeah, it's a thing that like I keep forgetting. And we do plan on getting a P.O. box at some point, so y'all can send us physical mail if you want. Send a letter, ask us a question via snail mail, or send us something.
Don't waste a sheet of paper though, just to write one question.
Yeah.
Draw a picture at the bottom for us.
And then we'll just describe it.
We'll describe it very
on a medium which you can't see it.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's gonna do it.
We'll put it on the fridge.
No, we have a
we'll get a separate fridge
within eye shot of where we record it. There's a fridge, and we'll put your stupid drawing. No, not stupid drawing.
It's beautiful.
Your beautiful long
and then
time
when that
spent
fridge is full,
drawing.
I'll take them home and fill my fridge.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, I'll get a new fridge because that one's full. And when the fridge is full of art, you have to get a new one.
Wait.
Bye, Brenda.
How many fridges did your family buy?
We kept Frigidaire in business for a long time, Dad.
Bye, Brenda.